What's up, people? I'm gonna show you real fast how to do a bald fade on a kid with the number one on top. So I'm gonna be using the Oster fast feeds. Very good clipper. I'm used to using Andes, but I kind of been using the Osters lately because they've been doing justice. So, anyways, I'm using the nano magnetic guards by Andes, and here I'm going over the kid's head with the number one, and I'm making sure I brush it and going over it really good. As in this case, my client has kind of textury hair, so if you don't go over it good, you can have spots here and there. So I'm trying to go every which way. So now, anyways, I went over it with the one, and now I'm doing the guideline with my trimmers. Now these are heroes with the T-blade on them. Another very powerful clipper or trimmer, perhaps. They bring it right down to the skin, and I use these same clippers to shape up. So these didn't come with the actual blade. I had to change them out to the T-wide blade, which works very good. So anyways, I'm making this guideline here with the clipper open. And these are zero gapped clippers, so I did do a little maintenance on them so they can cut into bald if you need. So anyways, I'm going about an inch up, making my next line. So this guard here is the 1/16 guard. It's not the number one. It's lower than a number one. I'm using it open now to start knocking down the hairs, and I'm trying to blend into my half blade. So here I have the clipper open. Now I'm closing it. I'm trying to get a little, different graduation with the hair. I'm flicking out, trying to cut the hair shorter, so this way it blends good, and hopefully you don't see any lines later on. So yeah, so now I'm just basically closing the gap here, trying to get it all blended down. So you'll see me going over the head left to right over and over. So after that, I'm taking my clippers, taking the guard off, and I'm closing the blade just a little bit. Now I'm working under that half guideline that I made earlier. I'm going a bit under that, and I'm trying to blend upwards. Close it some more, and I'm doing this until I'm fully closed and I knock out that first trimmer line. That's the whole, that's the key here, is basically get that last little line out on the bottom. Now once you use this method, you can go straight through it once. You're not going to have a perfect blend. You really need to fine-tune your blend after you're done doing all your steps. So as you can see here, I finished going through what I would normally do to my blending techniques, and then after that I'm going to fine-tune it by opening and closing the blade and hitting other spots that I see where I could do better. So right now, since I already have the clippers off, I'm getting the lower area, whereas if I have to go higher, I'll put my blade, my guard back on, the 1/16 guard, and fine-tune it. And the good thing about these clippers that I like a little better than Wall, and that I see are the same with the Andes, is that when you cut the hair, you could hear how much hair is coming off. So if you really lightly want to, graze the hair and take a little off, you'll adjust it just enough so that you can just hear it. So either way, I got a little line right here, and I'm trying to basically knock it out real quick. So you'll see throughout these videos, I don't have a cameraman, so I try to fine-tune the actual blend when I have the camera off, because it's pretty much in my way. And that won't be, you won't be able to see me blend the best on camera until I get a cameraman. So anyways, I'm going to continue the whole process on the other side of the head. I usually do, I work on one side, I go to the other side, and then I do the back. So here I'm going to use the exact same techniques as I did on the other side, no different. I already had the trimmer done, so now I'm doing the guideline, the half blade, which is the blade open. I'm trying to connect it all the way around. As you can see, nothing special here. The same stuff all the time. I do want to say, if you ask me, the most important part of the blend is from basically the number one to the 0. So if you have a 2 on top and a bald fade, the part you're really going to see most of the time is from the 1 all the way down to the 0. Usually the inch, that 1 inch where I put the guideline at in the middle of the head, that's usually the blending point that people are going to look at. So if you can really blend good from the 1 to the 0, you're going to be golden. So anyways, you see me adjusting the clipper down, trying to knock that line out. And don't get me wrong, just because that line doesn't come out, keep going. Don't try to take this line out before you blend the bottom. Just go by the steps and don't stop. I mean, if you can't get that line out, when you take the guard off and you blend the bottom, it might come out on its own because you know how the blend works. So don't get too caught up on trying to take a line out unless you're fine-tuning at the end. That's when it really matters. So here I'm going with the flow. I'm going to keep moving. Now with kids, you shouldn't take too long. This kid's maybe about 5, so someone that age, you don't really have too long before they start either getting tired or pretty much flipping out and making your day go crappy. So you want to try to be under 15 minutes. This haircut probably takes about 12. He comes over every week with his pops, and I usually do it, so I'm pretty accustomed to flying through his hair compared to doing an adult's hair, which might take me about 40-something minutes, 50 minutes max, with all the BS included, talking and stuff. So yeah, basically same thing again. I'm fine-tuning now where I put my 1/16 back on, and I'm gonna keep going at it until I feel okay, it's good enough to do the back. So opening, closing till it's done. Now this kid was tired, so he almost fell asleep to where I had to kind of turn the camera off, and since he's related, I smacked him a couple times with my brush, and that woke him right up. So I wouldn't advise doing that to anybody else's kid, but we're related, so he can get it. It's all good. Like you say, I'm going in on an angle with my clippers. You gotta do what you gotta do to cut, and blend perfectly. That's the best way to blend in the end, is use the edge of your clippers if you can't get certain spots, and that really gets in there nice and tight for you. So you can see the blend coming together, and it's looking decent. So almost done here. Now I'm on the back. So some of you guys can just do that all the way around the head all at once. Me, I like to focus on one area. So the back is no different. You just want to make sure you keep all the levels in the same area as you did in the sides. So don't break any steps. Go from your 0, make the half blade mark, blend down with, in this case, the 1/16 until you're 90% there. Take out the rest with the half blade when you're closing it, and you'll notice it comes together quick. It shouldn't take too long. And kids can be tough because they have their heads a little harder than adults. So adults, you can really you could actually move their skin around easily when you're blending, and it flicks the hair up and you can cut it easier. Whereas little kids, they have rocks for heads. I mean, you can't even you could try to cut their hair. Sometimes it won't. You can't cut unless you're cutting on an angle. You won't cut any hair because it doesn't flick up. You got like stone heads. It's crazy, but it's you'll learn. If you're a new person to this stuff, to barbering or haircutting, anything in general, you're gonna learn. Kids can be definitely tough if you're not on point. They can definitely screw your day up. So either way, just stick to what you got to do and get it done as quick as you can, without sacrificing your actual quality of the work. Try to make sure you leave them with a good haircut like you would to yourself or your buddies. No different. So here, fine tune it again. Make sure you see everything's blending together pretty well. It's all connecting. It's all in one general area around the head. It's pretty much a medium bald fade, a little higher than medium, but that's how they like it. So that's how they get it done. So we're getting more toward the end. We're doing a shape up. Here with kids, they have a tendency of looking at the clippers. When they do that, their forehead raises up and it messes up their line like he is now. So I'm telling him, hey, put your eyebrows down. So now he puts them down. I try to hurry up and do the shape up, because if they move it, it's going to change where their shape up is. You might make a line that's going to come out crooked. So try to make sure they concentrate or relax or just basically just chill out in the chair, because you don't have too long to get it done. I prefer, you could have an awesome pair of trimmers that work great for adults, but they might be too sharp for kids. So make sure you have a trimmer for kids that won't scratch them, won't hurt them in any sort of way, because they won't hold it in. They'll let you know that you just hurt their neck or something. So here you kind of can't see me. I'm just doing the sides of the head. Kind of sorry for being in the way, but that's what happens. Got a cameraman. All right, here the shape up's pretty much done. I'm gonna go over it real quick with a razor. Now I used to use a lot of water when I was doing these shape ups with the razor, but I did watch Vic the barber. I'm sure everybody knows him. He's an awesome barber. Do it dry. He mentioned I watched a video where he did it dry and he did it with water, and the dry shave came out awesome compared to the water. Using the water as for the shape up. So it's something that I kind of adopted from him. So I give a little shout out to him, give him a lot of credit, because I'm no newbie when it comes to cutting hair, but little tips like that, they make you better, and he helped me out, and I give him a lot of credit. So here, I go real fast and I do a shape up. He doesn't get his sides done because it's all balded out, and comes out fresh, So you want to make sure your customer's happy. Here's a little preview of everything when it's fully done. I try to blend it a little better while the camera was off. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Peace.